Well, a major investigation underway after a man was attacked in what seems to have been a punishment beating in Pierce Road in Ballyphehane. Yeah, what? Our man Paul Byrne's across the story. Paul, what happened? Good morning to you.
Good morning, PJ. We're talking around 7:30, 8 o'clock last night. Now, my understanding is that there was a number of cars involved in this incident. 3, possibly 4 cars were scouring the area looking for a certain individual. Now, they called to a house on Pierce Road. They were banging on the door and didn't get any reply. Now, they left the house, jumped into one of the cars that were involved in the incident, reversed on Pierce Road and crashing into a number of cars in the area. The car took off at high speed, headed down towards Musgrave Park, but before arriving in that area, my understanding is that a number of men jumped out from behind a white van that was parked in the area. Now, I also believe that a number of these individuals were ballied up, as in wearing balaclavas, and something went on. There was a massive burst up. Fellas started weighing into one another. A car then took off at high speed, hitting somebody, and from an eyewitness who was absolutely terrified and shaken by what she saw, she said that the driver of the car floored, hit the accelerator, took off, hit somebody, and actually blew them up into the air, and that person landed on the bonnet. Car drove off for a couple of yards, braked suddenly, and the person fell off the bonnet.
Wow.
So all of the cars then took off, and everybody went in different directions. There was a woman pushing a buggy near the credit union. I believe she had a narrow escape. Thankfully, nobody was injured. But you had these guys zigzagging in around the area at high speed. It's actually somewhat a miracle that nobody was seriously injured. An innocent member of the public.
Half 8 on a summer's evening. Kids out still playing, like.
Exactly. They're out there kicking the ball and running around having a bit of fun, and you have got these guys just tearing around the place like lunatics, basically. Now, they found the person they were looking for. He got an unmerciful beating, also attacked with a number of weapons, including a golf club. My understanding is, according to sources, that this was what was being described as a punishment beating. It's an ongoing feud between 2 rival gangs, and once they had assaulted the person they were looking for, they then took off. Now, one of the cars then crashed at the back of Musgrave Park and plowed into the wall. It was travelling at high speed, but the driver of that car took off on foot and hasn't been seen since. Now, Gardaí will be examining a considerable amount of CCTV footage from in and around the area. You had a number of people witnessed guys running around Pierce Road, chasing another individual, and these guys wearing balaclavas.
Shirley has just texted in here, Paul, to say that around 5:45, she has seen a black car around the junction there by Aldi, driving like a maniac, almost hit them as they were waiting for the light to turn green. So this seems to have been going on for an hour or two beforehand, if that's connected to it.
My understanding from sources that there was 3, possibly 4 cars involved in this incident. The car that crashed on the Tremor Road at the back of Musgrave Park was stolen in June last month. We're in August, so in June, from a residence in Cove, and had been travelling on false number plates last night.
Okay. What else have the guards been able to tell you about this, Paul?
Look, at the moment the investigation is pretty tight, but my sources tell me that the person, the injured party, was transported to hospital in a pretty serious condition, non-life-threatening injuries, but he did get a severe and savage hammering. whether he'll cooperate with the guards, that remains to be seen. A lot of these incidents are sorted amongst themselves. It's also a possibility that the man will just not cooperate and go to ground and try and stay below the radar.
Okay, now there are the usual appeals from guards. If anybody has seen anything or knows anything, they could contact the confidential line 1-800-666-111. I know you were out there for some time, Paul, last evening. Nobody willing to go on the record, nobody willing to go on tape at all.
No, people were actually very, very shaken. I mean, as you said, like there was a lot of these cars were seen in and around the area, travelling for a period of time from maybe around 6, half 6, and it seemed to escalate then from around 7, half 7, when these guys got wind that the guy they were looking for was possibly in the area. Residents just extremely shaken.
You would be. You would be, wouldn't you? If anybody saw anything and they want to share it with us, they can at 0818 96 96 96, or even send us a voicemail or a text to 083 396 96 96. You were also up at the Maldron Hotel, Paul. What happened there?
Yeah, there was a burst. A water tank burst, and some parts of the hotel were flooded, and as soon as it burst, thankfully the fire alarm triggered and residents were evacuated. Now, I spoke to a number of residents up there last night, and all of them, in fairness, were very complimentary to the staff in how they handled the situation. The general manager, Joe, and his team really did all they could to reassure people that nothing serious had happened. There was nobody injured. There was nobody hurt in any shape or form. It was just that it was water, a lot of water damage, rooms severely damaged because of the water. Got up there last night and people were coming outside and they were dumping water that had been soaked up and mopped up. I believe a number of the residents in the hotel last night were shipped to the sister hotel of the Maldron on the South Mall. They couldn't accommodate everyone because some of the rooms were severely damaged. But again, all of the residents that I spoke to last night were, they said fair play to the management. They made sure everybody was calm. They handled the matter in a very, very professional manner. I know that Victor Shine from Cork City Fire Brigade will be coming on. That's right. And he can outline exactly what happened. But we spoke to some we spoke to some residents of the hotel last evening.
That's okay. Get yourself some water.
Tell us how you became aware of the situation.
Fire alarm went off. That was it, really. Just started going off and we all came downstairs.
Were you awake at the time?
No, I was sleeping, so I was. The fire alarm went off. Just get up then.
What did you see? What did you witness when you got up?
Just water everywhere, that was all. Just water at the elevators, and that was it, really. People coming down the stairs. Fire brigade were inside. That was all.
They got them out fairly quickly, including yourself?
Everyone was out fairly lively, yeah. You wouldn't stay in with the noise of the fire alarm, so.
Were you nervous, or did you just react?
I don't know. You weren't really, nobody was panicking, so there was no, the fire brigade were very calm, so there was nobody nervous really at all.
How long are you out now, and have you been told what's the next plan? Will you stay here tonight? Do you know if you have a bed?
I have no idea. No, we don't know yet, to be honest. I don't think they know yet, so.
Will you find a bed somewhere if you can't stay here?
Oh, I'll be going home. Victor's gone for the night. Stay down, stay there.
Thanks for calling me.
No bother.
Thank you. Thanks very much indeed, gentlemen. Thanks very much. Can you tell us a little bit about your own situation? What happened here?
Well, we just came back from dinner and we saw the fire brigade outside, and they said, if you want to wait in the bar for a little while, and we don't really know what's going on, but trying to keep positive. I've got 2 young kids in there, so they're apprehensive to get back to the room, but sure, hopefully it won't be much longer. There seems to be a lot of water in the lobby, so we'll see.
Have you been to the room?
No, we can't get back to the rooms.
Everything belonging to you is in there?
Yeah.
Hello, guys. Yeah. What have your children been saying?
They just, yourself, when you're a child, you kind of, they don't really understand, sort of way, they're kind of like, oh, what is it? But yeah, no, we're just saying, it's grand, we're not making a big deal about it, you don't want to worry them or whatever. I don't think it is too big of a deal anyway, so it'll be grand.
It hasn't ruined your visit to Cork?
No, I think in these kind of situations, you can either let it affect you, or you can just try and be positive and I hope we get back into the room. Like, that's all we can do, really. I just hope it doesn't go any longer. I think the novelty is still there because it's kind of fresh, but maybe talk to me in an hour or two if I'm still here. We'll see.
All right. Thanks for talking to us. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Where were you when the alarm went off?
I was sitting in the restaurant, just about to order dinner first. And next thing, fire alarm went off, we were told to evacuate. So that's exactly what we did. Evacuated, and we just got information there from one ago, the manager, and he just stating that there was an accident with water.
Have you been able to get to your room?
No room. But they have provided us with tea, coffee and sandwiches, so can't fault them for that, you know.
Luckily, no injuries here. I mean, it was a controlled situation.
Oh, yes, no injuries, nothing reported anyway. So we're quite happy. We just have to go with the flow.
I'll pardon the pun at that, but
Do yeah.
And they've supplied you with plenty of cups of tea?
Yeah, plenty cups of tea. There's whatever you want inside there, you can get it off them. And they look after you. They are looking after you. So I can't fault the hotel. Just a waiting game at the moment. That's it.
And just one of those things, just an accident?
Just an accident. One of them things. See, these things happen. You know, that's the way you're looking at it. You know? So at the end of the day, it just happened. We just dust ourselves off and carry on again regardless. That's the way we say it.
Good man. Thanks a million. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks a million.
Thanks to those people who spoke to Paul at the scene last evening. Victor Shine, Cork City Fire Service joins me. Victor.